I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Music Theory Tuition series where I work with you step by step through the ABRSM Discovering Music Theory grades. I'll work through every single exercise and explain everything you need to know. You can access information about the books I have available to help you on my website. Go to sharonbill.com. For advert-free and longer lessons, you can become a patron at patreon.com/SharonBill. If you can give me a like, that would be super, and please do subscribe to my channel to stay updated. You can support this channel by buying me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/SharonBill. Moving on to page 26 of the Grade 5 Discovering Music Theory workbook, we're moving on to exercise 9, the final page on the section regarding transposition. And we're looking more particularly at the instruments of the orchestra, because a clarinet and a trumpet in B flat, although they may play note C, what you will hear is a major second lower, it's a B flat, and so all of the other notes will adjust accordingly as they play. The clarinet in A, it plays a C but it sounds a minor third lower, so it will play a C and sound an A. So if you're playing it on the piano, you would hear the note A as played on the piano. And the horn in F, or the cor anglais, the English horn, they sound a perfect fifth lower, so they would play a C, but what you would hear is a note F as played on the piano or on any instrument tuned to C. And so an orchestral score would have to have all of these instruments having different key signatures and transposed accordingly so that they all play at the same pitch. And so we have to now look at these different instruments and look how the notes are written, how they sound. And really it's just the same as working intervals when we've done intervals in the past. And you can also think of it in terms of the same steps of when we've worked through key signatures, but basically you're just transposing intervals. And so a clarinet in B flat sounds a major second lower. And so if this was in the key of C major, a major second lower is B flat. And so that would have a key signature of B flats and E flats for B flat major. Here is our interval down a step, and it would be E flat because we'd need to apply the key signature. However, we can just see the F to E flat is a full tone, a full step lower. If we just put F to E, that's just a minor second, isn't it? We need to go the full step. And so it's just a case of kind of working intervals. And so horn in F, we are down a perfect fifth. And so if we go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that takes us to a G. And G to D is a perfect fifth. And we know that there's no other accidentals required, because if we were in the key of C major and then we were going down a fifth to the key of F major, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, F major has B flats, and that's a G, so it's not affected by the key signature. But we know that D to G is a perfect fifth. And so here we have the cor anglais, the English horn, which again is in fifth. So we need to work out interval 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That takes us to an E. But we know that E to B, or E flat to B flat, is a perfect fifth. So we'd need to add a flat side to make that a perfect fifth. And also we can think about it in terms of the key signature. If this was in the key of C, and a perfect fifth lower takes us to F, which has B flats But then this has been given an accidental lowering it by a semitone. This must also be given an accidental lowering by a semitone, as we've worked in previous exercises when we're adjusting the accidentals. But we know that E flat and B flat are a perfect fifth apart. So the clarinet in A, we want a minor third lower. It sounds a minor third. Talking and writing seems too much for me there. A minor third lower. So 1, 2, 3 takes us to D. But if we look at that, we know that D to F sharp is a major third. It should be D sharp to make the minor third, shouldn't it? We've been given the F sharp. D to F sharp is a major. That's too great. We need to make it smaller. A minor interval is smaller. That's a D sharp. Or alternatively, we could just be sure of that, because if we were in the key of C major and we're going to go down a minor third, that takes us to A major, which has a key signature of F sharps, C sharps and G sharps. And then this is a D, and because this has been raised by a semitone, as we've worked out in the previous formulas when transposing, this must also be raised by a semitone. But if we know our intervals, we know that D to F sharp is a major, D sharp to F sharp is a minor third. Now here we have the trumpet in B flat, so we've got to show that it sounds a major second lower. And so if this is the key of C major, a major second lower, 1, 2, 3 is B flat major, which has a key signature of B flats and E flats. So let's go down our 1, 2, there's our step lower. And so according to the key signature, that should be a B flat. However, this has been raised by a semitone, and so this also must be raised by a semitone, and so that would stay as it is. And what we're doing is we're implying a natural sign that cancels the key signature to raise it by a semitone. However, just B on its own, and we know that B to C sharp is a major second. And so we've worked out that that's a major second apart. So just as an interval, you know, that does the job for us straight away. And so now we've got to go the other way, because a horn in F transposes a fifth lower. It sounds a perfect fifth lower. And so if it sounds this note, it's got to have been written a perfect fifth higher. And so we're counting up a perfect fifth from the A flat. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A to E, or A flat to E flat. There's our perfect fifth, E flat. And when you're working backwards, it's just as simple to just work out your intervals. We know what a perfect fifth is, and so we'll just write a perfect fifth higher. And so here, if we're in the clarinet in B flat, if this is what sounds, what is written must be a major second higher. And so if this is a D sharp, a major second, so D to E is a major second, D sharp to E sharp is a major second. You cannot write F, because if we look at that, D to F anything is a third of some sorts, so that can't be the case. It must be written as E sharp to show that so D to E is a major second, D sharp to E sharp is a major second. We're replacing the note E, not the note F, it's E sharp. And finally, if this is the clarinet in A, it sounds a minor third lower. So if this sounds this note, it's got to have been written a minor third higher. And so E flat to G is a major third. We know in our key of E flat major. And then a minor third is a semitone smaller. It's got to be G flat to make that minor third interval. And now we get the chance to write a section out for ourselves. And so this is a written piece for the clarinet in B flat. This is what's written, and so it will sound a major second lower, and so we are now going to write what we will hear at concert pitch, which will be a second lower. And so we follow the usual procedure. We transpose our key signature, that's the first job. Then we move our notes accordingly, and then we deal with the accidentals. You could deal with the accidentals as you go along with each note, but you deal with the note first, and then you deal with the accidental after you've figured out where to place the note. We don't want any enharmonic equivalents. And so if this is in the key of F major, it could well be the minor key, but any accidentals will sort that for us. So we don't need to worry about that. The formula will do that for us. And so a major second lower from F is E flat. E to F is a minor second. E flat to F is a major second. So we need the key signature of E flat major, B flats, E flats, A flats. Now we need to get all the other bits and bobs in place. So here's our time signature. And now if we're going to be writing a major second lower, everything is down a step. So that goes down to a G. I'm not going to worry about the stems or beams or anything yet. Let's just get the note heads in place. And so if this is down a step, that will become C. Now, down a step takes us to B, and notice these have gone down next door notes, and then this has been raised. Now, this is a C that's been raised by a sharp. We need to raise this by a semitone. It's a B flat, and so to raise that, we don't add a sharp, we add a natural sign, because B flat to B is raised by a semitone. If we did B sharp, we've raised it twice. So that would be incorrect. And now our next note, down a step, will be G. And notice that this has gone down a third, this has gone down a third, so we know we're correct. And then our final note is D, going down 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, that's a D. That's correct. That's all the thinking done. We've done our key signature. We've placed our note head, so we've adjusted the accidental. So now we just need to deal with the stems. So that's stem up, that's stem down. That can go either way. These two need the stem up, so that can join in that way. Perhaps that's a bit acute. Let's just tidy that up. And there we are, we've transposed that little bar of music. That's that page completed, and that's that chapter completed. It does say that we've got some more exercises for this later in the book, but I'm going to suggest we leave that. Just give us time to sort of forget it a little bit, and then we'll get the opportunity for some revision again later. I hope this is helpful to your studies. Please do like and subscribe to stay updated. If you'd like to support this channel, you can buy me a coffee, and for advert-free lessons, you can become a patron. Do visit my website where you'll find many resources available to help you. Visit sharonbill.com. Thanks for watching. Bye.